Hello, everyone. This is Kathleen, and I am interrupting my design process videos, my decorating videos, to bring you another tag template. I ran into kind of an issue as I was designing a page spread in the Nouveau Fairy journal, and realized that I wanted to talk to you about balance as a design element. And so we're gonna do a tag template, but let's talk for just a minute about balance. So balance is just the way that we combine elements in a in the designs that we do, whether it's a page or a tag or some other design, a pocket maybe. It's the way we arrange all of the elements so that it feels stable and it feels there's equilibrium in the work. And there are three major types of balance, and one is symmetrical balance, and we understand that like in a butterfly. A butterfly is a mirror on both sides. That's symmetrical balance, when it's a mirror image, or it's the same from the point in the middle. That's symmetry. Then there is asymmetrical balance, and that's when it's not the same on both sides, but it still feels the same. It still is balanced. That's called asymmetrical balance. And then finally, there is radial balance. And that's when you have a circle and the elements, are the same around a circle. A spiral, or it comes up. Anyway, it's like a sunburst. That's all radial balance. Mandala is radially balanced. Okay, so those are the three main types. Now, let's just talk about what's going on with balance. So you remember, this is a fulcrum. There's the point of the fulcrum. And balance means that things are, that the weight is the same on either side. Whether the objects are the same or not is beside the point. It's that the weight, the visual weight, when we're talking about art, the visual weight needs to be balanced on both sides of the center. So you remember on a teeter-totter, when you were a child, you had to have the same weight. If you had no weight, then you remember the teeter-totter goes down. So you needed to find another kid the same weight as you, and then it could be balanced. So that's symmetrical balance, right? If you want to achieve asymmetrical balance, then you need to either find a kid the same weight as you, or you need to find two kids that are smaller than you. So you can have more than one item over here. Here's one, here's two, but these two together are about the same weight as the one on this side, okay? If you can't find two kids the same weight, then what you can do is if you remember right, sometimes your big brother would come and teeter-totter with you, but he would have to move up closer to the center, and you would have to move out, and that way it balances again. So that's another thing that you can do when you're working on asymmetrical balance. You can move the smaller item towards the end or further in the distance, and the larger item closer to you. So that also then becomes balanced. It's just, going the other way. It's as if we were here and looking this direction, right? Or you can, as I say, you can just add more items over here that will help balance what's over here. Okay, so you can use distance, you can use more. You can also use the value, meaning lightness or darkness, because that also impacts visual weight. Some colors are more weighty than other colors. So light and dark are not equal in visual weight. So that's a short lesson on balance, and you probably already know it, because our brains are somewhat hardwired to recognize balance. It's just kind of built into us, and sometimes we know there's something off. We don't know what it is, but we just kind of feel uncomfortable, or it's like something is unstable, and we need to fix it before we can feel comfortable. That's a balance problem. Okay, so let me show you a couple of cards we're going to do a symmetrical balance today in the tag template. That's why I'm calling it balanced, because we're going to make kind of like a teeter-totter tag. But I just want to show you a couple tags that are asymmetrical balance, because that's kind of what I enjoy the most. I like things that are just a little bit off. And sometimes I don't even mind things that are just a little unbalanced. And that's just a personal thing. And so I want to emphasize again, these are not rules that you have to follow. Please don't think that. You don't have to follow rules in art. If something feels good to you, if that's the way you want to do it, you can do it. And oftentimes artists will do something deliberate, like make it unbalanced to make you think, oh, what's going on here? Why do I feel like I need to fix this? Or why do I feel, what is the artist trying to say with this? So please don't think that this is some kind of a rule that you have to do, but I like asymmetrical balance. But when you're thinking about balance, when you're looking for balance, then you always look for the center line, and see how it can be balanced. So in this, everything is the same, except this is off to this off center. There's more weight over here than there is over here, which is why I put 2 pearls over here and only 1 over here, to help bring that teeter-totter back up, right? Okay, this one, it's the same. Now this one, it also has some distance going on here. I have this large weight in the back, but lighter colors are sometimes not as heavy as darker colors, and things that are closer to you feel heavier than those things that are further away. So even though that is a large element, it's still balanced because this is closer. And this is on this side of the line. Again, there's more of the picture on this side, which is why I balanced it with the butterfly on this side. Okay. Now this is kind of what caused me to think about this whole thing in the beginning, is this little tag. and a pocket that I was making for the journal. So as I was making this tag, it started out as a masterboard cut down, and so then as I'm making the tag, then I'm thinking, okay, is this balanced? And of course, here's the center, and it looks pretty symmetrical with these two flowers. This one's in the middle, so that's all just fine. This side was a little bit dark and heavier to me, which is why I put this little tag over here with the black numbers to kind of try to balance it. Okay, that's what kind of started me thinking about I need to talk about balance. All right, so let me show you the tag template then. So this is going to be symmetrical, and what we have going is this thing up here at the top. It's kind of like the teeter-totter. There's a horizontal line or a rectangular line of some kind here, and then I have balanced that on both ends just with an element on both ends to balance. And then I've just tied the little string in the middle. So here's this one. Here's another one. This is a little bit asymmetrical, right? So we have a little bit of weight over here, and this is some text over on this side. It doesn't seem quite balanced, right? That's okay, because I like it that way. So here's one that's a little more balanced, just same thing. But I just kind of think this is kind of a cute tag because it's easy to slip into a pocket. It has the design is here at the top, and I think it just works really well. So here is the same thing. We've got, if you can see under the bow, we have this little Victorian calling card image with a rose on this side, the lace ruffle on this side. I wanted to put, because this is so dark, I wanted to emphasize that rose, so I put the text behind it, which made it too heavy on this side, so then I had to put the butterfly on this side, right? Okay, so you understand what we're doing. All right, so here is just the basic tag. I've got this on the back. So I'm just going to put this label down on the top. And make it even on both sides, right? So far we're balanced. Okay, but I want to put this little tag also on. I'm going to slide that behind. And then I'm going to put this one over here on this side. So I don't know if I want it maybe going like that so that it balances. This is a little higher, this is a little lower. But you know me, I'm just, just slightly off balance. That's kind of the way I roll. I don't know why it appeals to me to be just slightly off, but it does. Okay, that's just really simple, isn't it? Okay, so now what I've done is I've just made myself this little template that allows me to mark it so that I can punch the holes better. I'm going to do it on the back. So this is 1/2 inch down and 3/4 of an inch from the edge. I'm just going to mark that, and then I'm going to take my small crocodile and come in and punch the holes. Great. Okay. And then we need this string. And I think I'm just going to use this string. Sorry about that. I do that actually quite often. And one of these days I'm going to break this mat. But so far, so good. I haven't yet. Oops. I pulled too much. And I am not going to put that in the middle. I'm not going to tie the knot in the middle. I'm going to bring it over here. Just because I don't want it to be too even though this is a symmetrical balanced tag. I don't want it too balanced, right? There we go. All right. So there's that tag template, number 8, and we'll just call it balanced. Thanks so much for being with me. I hope that was helpful, honestly, and appreciate your comments and likes, and if you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate that too. Thanks for spending your time with me, and I'll see you again.